You know, I think I'm outgrowing mac and cheese.
What?
What do you mean?
I just had the one out there. Maybe it's just
but
one.
don't let a poor mac and cheese take you off of mac and cheese.
But even that, like the last few times I've eaten it, you know what? Here, it's not that I'm outgrowing it. I'm getting very particular about it.
Okay, that's
like,
a better way
Wait,
to
is
say
it just the mac and cheese?
Whoa,
that's the one that made me
supercharge that, man.
Oh, sorry. Was I not supposed to say what we were eating? We're not allowed to say brand names at all?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
never know who could be a sponsor.
Judges,
Someone just
you're good.
bleep it out.
Yeah, through the magic of editing, no one will know what you said. Yeah. So I think I'm just getting particular. Like I need it to be a certain amount of consistency.
Are you yellow mac, white mac? Kind of
more towards yellow. Okay. Like more towards that processed
I'll
shit.
join you on this.
Yeah.
I think I've already peaked with my mac and cheese consumption in my life.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to eat less mac and cheese
as you go forward, right?
The next 30 than I did the last 30.
I feel like I'm at the peak right now.
Really?
Yeah. Like I feel like I'm eating more than ever, but it's like certainly at some point.
How many mac and cheese years do you think you have left?
I don't know. Probably like 5.
In 5 years, you're gonna stop eating
No, not
mac and
stop,
cheese?
but be where Chris is at,
Like,
where he's
You
like,
gotta wean yourself.
No,
Yeah,
he said how many years you got left eating mac and cheese?
Where are you on
Total?
your Tony?
All of
I'll
them,
eat mac
all
and
of
cheese
the
forever.
years.
All of the years.
On your journey, on your mac and cheese journey, where are you?
I'm exactly where I am. 32, and I'm gonna eat mac and cheese till I die.
First of all, how the fuck are you sitting right now? Dude, we're working.
I know, I'm working too.
You got like your balls hanging out over here. And shit.
What?
Yeah.
Long ball Larry.
Welcome to Mystery Crate.
Yeah, long balls,
Hey.
But
He is like if you're
He's, like, sprawled
listening to
out,
this,
yeah.
yeah, he's like straddling a chair from behind.
Come on now.
hey,
Jeremy, I want you to out comfortable Tony right now.
All right,
Out comfort.
I'm on
Tony's
it.
sitting
Let me
how
just
I
figure that
sit
out.
on an airplane seat, but
no.
I say
but more upright.
I've noticed that I say comfortable weird. I say all 3 syllables.
Nah, see, they don't
That's
look as
4,
comfortable
actually.
as I do, actually.
Most people say it in 3 syllables. Comfortable.
This is legit.
I say
just-
comfortable.
This was just on the way to Vegas.
That was me when the Panthers won the conference last year.
this is just on the way to Vegas.
Hey.
Verbatim.
I'm pretty comfortable.
No,
Jeremy,
you
we
guys
can't
are
hear
more
you.
comfortable than me.
We can't hear
It was
you.
on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, what were we
It's
talking
comfy,
about?
right, Mike? I mean, it's probably bad for your back. I've been struggling
You
the
can't be like
last
that
few
for more than
days
5
with
minutes.
lower
I
back
could barely
issues.
breathe right now.
I almost brought a heating pad to work today.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but then I thought everyone would make fun of me.
Rose
I
has
also-
one here, a heating pad.
Oh, you do?
Rose.
Rose,
Oh,
not
I
Roy.
thought
That's
you said
Roy.
Roy.
You got to
Sorry.
maybe put your other
Perfectly
earphone in.
comfortable.
That's probably what it is. You probably heard
I
the.
think you just mumbled a little bit.
No, everybody heard me.
Okay. Well, now I have both.
Okay then.
Sorry, Roy.
No problem.
So yeah, to summarize, my mac and cheese. I'm on the roller coaster down.
Really? Nah, dude. Mac and cheese, when it's good,
That's true.
it is
It's
excellent.
Well, here's the situation with that mac and cheese. Too much mac, not enough cheese.
There was,
That's
it
a
was
good
dry.
point.
It was
It's
a
kinda
dry
just dry
cheese.
pasta.
Yeah.
Do you
And
like
you know what
the
doesn't
crunchy
help?
top on it?
Yeah, that's what doesn't help.
The breadcrumb top.
It absorbs.
I don't hate
Yeah,
it.
correct.
I don't hate it. When it's fresh out of the oven,
Just gonna say that, Jess.
when it's fresh out of the oven and you're getting the scoop that already has that cheese built in, but you have the little breadcrumbs up top, I like that.
I'm glad you brought
Yeah,
this
I'm
up
with you.
because let's talk about foods that don't travel well.
Oh,
I never order a burger from Uber Eats
Fries never travel well.
because they close the bag.
Not
and
all
then-
fries.
Yeah. Well, it's just that the container they put them in. If they
Yeah.
put them in one
Yeah.
of those like styrofoam ones, when you open it, it's like literally a shower of
Yes,
condensation on your
yes,
fries, and they're
yes.
soggy.
flan. That doesn't travel.
The
well.
key-
What? Flan always
It does
travels
get a
well.
little,
No.
It's a little wet sometimes.
It's supposed to be wet.
It's a little too wet sometimes.
Yeah, if it falls in your car,
If a burger has good
if I'm
bread,
eating cereal in the car, it's gonna
if
fall.
it has good bread, it can travel a burger.
But
Well,
the
I agree,
temperature
actually.
is such an important factor.
Correct.
Like when you eat the first
Right.
bite of the burger, it needs to have toasted bun
Mm-hmm.
and hot burger.
It's impossible to have a toasted
And
bun when
melted
you're
cheese.
when
Well,
you're ordering it.
If they were to send it to
That's
you
the problem.
disassembled, it'd be better.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
the meat still might get cold. and
This
then
is
it's
why-
not
Yeah,
worth
that's
it.
This is why ramen travels well because they package it in like the
In
bowl,
different
but then the
things, yeah.
liquid doesn't go in until then
One-
they package the
True.
liquid
One-
separately.
One time they didn't send it to me separate. It was a complete mess when I got it.
Right.
Yeah, it was terrible. They
yeah.
need to pack it separate.
Man, I love ramen. I'm in a ramen. Like you want to talk
too.
about mac and
Oh.
cheese?
You're
I'm over the hill.
trending up.
I am about to hit my
You're-
peak.
you're
I think. I
peaking
think I'm
at
a few
ramen?
weeks away from
That-
like just the peak of my ramen
that
consumption.
ramen that we had in Toronto,
Fire.
fire.
Yeah.
That was
I don't really remember it, but I'm just supporting you.
Yeah, you do.
He remembers it, so
I'm
Yeah.
whatever on ramen. Like if it's there, if it's the only option, I'll have it. But I'm not going out of my way to
I
get
got to be in the mood for it.
it. Yeah. It's got to be cold outside too.
I feel like I'm always in the mood.
I'm like
for
once a week.
Noodle.
Me and my wife, like, what do you
I
want
love
for dinner?
noodles.
Ramen? Yeah.
Once a
Mac
week.
and cheese, noodle soup.
Oh, I'm gross with
Any
it too. I like
noodle.
add an egg. So I got like 2 eggs in there.
The eggs are good.
Delicious.
I like the eggs.
Yum.
The place I wanted to take you guys in Vegas, which I'll tell you now when you go.
Churros?
Oh yeah.
Like you can add like gyozas in it, like fried gyoza. They throw that shit in there. It's fire.
Where is it?
It's at the Bally's Casino. They have like an outdoor mall thing, and that's where the place is. I'll send you a link.
Very exciting.
Ooh.
I think a cardboard box is good for fries. It absorbs some of the grease.
Yeah.
With like a little piece of wax paper on the bottom, so it doesn't go all the way through.
Sometimes, yeah,
Considered
sometimes.
that.
Does anything travel better than Chinese food?
Sometimes Chinese food has an issue
Indian
where they put
food.
in the styrofoam.
Yeah.
And like my honey chicken, since they obviously separate the honey and the chicken, sometimes that styrofoam gets a little
Butter chicken.
They might-
condensed.
like the perfect container for that is that black one with the clear top.
Yeah.
It's like plastic. That's the best
100%.
way
But it has to have the vents.
I hate
Yes.
it though because I end up with like 60 of them.
because you try to keep it.
Yeah.
You don't
So
throw
I'm
it
like,
away.
Oh, this is such a waste.
Yeah.
I want to throw
Tupperware
these
right
away.
here. Yeah.
And then I have 100 of them.
Yeah, it's really bad for you too. Don't put it in the microwave and eat it, please. Do not.
The
do
plastic, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you don't eat the plastic.
That. No, but
Don't put it in the microwave, get the food out of
Microwaving
it.
the plastic.
Right. Don't microwave the
Plastic melt
plastic.
into the food.
Another thing that I'm just done with: fortune cookies. I used to be so into them.
Like
Yeah.
eating them or reading them.
Reading them.
Well, because it's more like
Like I used to just
It's
like
not a
love. Like
fortune.
I used to look
Yeah.
up, like look forward to, like what is my fortune?
Oh,
And
I'm
now-
still there.
What are my
No.
lucky numbers?
I'll open it and not eat it just
more-
to see what the fortune says.
it's more like a life advice cookie.
Yeah, it's inspirational message.
Yeah, that's the
Correct.
problem is
Yeah.
that now they've gotten away from fortunes on a
Yeah.
lot of them, and it's
I'm
just
sure-
like
I'm-
have a great day.
I'm sure some asshole like, hey, the cookie didn't, how to know that my wife was going to leave me, and then like, which is a great Simpson
you
episode,
think
by the
someone
way.
sued Big Fortune Cookie?
Dude,
Maybe.
hold
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I have something to change
It is America.
the fortune cookie game. A disfortune cookie.
Oh,
And instead
Love
of
it.
fortunes, we put like, hey, your wife sucks. And you're like, dude, what? This
Wow.
is
It's
crazy.
a great idea.
This is a
Thank
good
you.
idea.
Thank you. But let's get on that. Who's let's see what
You like
which
open
one
it
of
up.
my-
It's
Yeah,
like
let-
you
talk
will
to
run
Bimble.
out. You will run out of gas in a couple weeks.
Right. You're like, what the? Are you
Why?
kidding me?
Watch out for that desk. Stub your toe.
Exactly, dude. All right, I'm gonna put Taylor
Get
on
on
that
this,
one.
yeah.
I'll put Taylor and then Danny can.
Did you find anybody in Vegas to exploit?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working.
They
On
work working on it.
it. We're working on it.
Tony, I saw you were on Twitter asking for editing help.
Not editing help.
Is Johnny busy?
He's not going with
can't
me to
fly out.
Vegas. He's not going with me to Vegas. It's more not editing help because I'll give that to Johnny. It's more the
Shooting?
Yeah, the shooting. So we,
Look at you going out with your wife to Vegas, trying to do a little
Tensky.
something, little something, something.
a little tense.
The guy's trying to work.
Trying
you
to
know?
do a Stugotz.
I'm just no.
Trying to get it paid
All
for.
on my dime. All on my dime. I'm just that dedicated to the game, and I'm ABW, always be working. Where
right.
I'll go do content on my own dime. Company doesn't have to pay for it. I'm gonna come back with it. Here you go. Bam. Put it on.
You gonna be here tomorrow?
No,
Okay.
that's not
This-
my fault.
ABW.
This Stugotz book, by the way, is so symbolic because it's literally like it's like
Yeah.
a
Completely
hard
empty,
copy
right.
of what the cover will be, but the inside is just blank.
It's rich.
It's just completely blank.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that someone did a mock-up of what this book will actually be at some
Exactly.
point.
Did you write your part for it yet or no?
Yeah, but like I don't know, like they're gonna use it. I don't know, like it's fine.
Nah, who cares?
I mean, you did a favor. You just sent it off, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Stanzik's like looking down at what you wrote, like not good enough. Write better.
It was weird because they asked. I don't know what I'm allowed to reveal.
I mean, I think everyone knows that Stanzik's doing all the work for it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've already
yeah,
revealed
everybody
that.
He's doing the legwork. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Stugotz wrote something, and then Gojo wrote something, and then I wrote something.
Oh.
And it's all one chapter. Apparently.
Okay. That's
But,
cool.
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So it's like a Stugotz and Friends.
Look at
book.
that
It's like a Stugotz, and then there's like a response.
little exclusive we got here on Mystery Crate.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't know.
No, you're good.
Don't want to give it
fine.
away.
Ah.
Bleep all of it.
Cut it for social.
Anywho, I'm pretty tired right now from Formula One. Chris, you were there. You
I was there
didn't tell
Saturday.
me-
I got
you
sick.
didn't tell- oh,
I didn't go Sunday
like
because
sick, like dehydrated.
no, I'm
sick.
yeah, and like I don't know if it was just beat down from how tired. Like I just got like
Roy
super
just-
weak.
Bro, you were just at a
Literally
Panthers game with
scooted out of the
7,000 people
chair.
No, I
right
was in the
next to
press
you.
box away.
No, I
Even
was
worse,
better- I'm
people
better
in the
now.
press box are
Yeah,
disgusting. Dude.
Yeah.
I went
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's true.
I went
Yeah,
there
people like that
Saturday.
lick their fingers.
I went there
Yeah.
Saturday, and
You died.
2.5 hours after getting there, I just
Resurrected?
I don't think it had anything to do, obviously, with F1, but like I just had caught like I got that thing where like I had chills and
Oh,
I
no.
left. I stayed. I tried to tough it out. I stayed for like
Think you had food poisoning?
I don't know what I had, but I
Maybe
know
you just
it
had
knocked
heat
me out
stroke.
until like Sunday
Whoa.
evening. I was just
Were
It
you
was
like
that
in the
$400
sun?
caviar that you got. I knew it.
Yeah.
maybe.
Were you in that suite?
I was not in any suite. I did realize, as much as I enjoyed being, because I went with my wife, even though I had a credential, I basically just hung around like as if I had a campus pass. And as awesome. Like I feel like if you're gonna do the F1, you gotta like spend the dough and get the cool experience. Like just the general admission thing, it's a lot of walking, not a lot of shade. Like if you're really trying to like enjoy that, I think the way to do it is fork over the dough and like go to one of the cool spots. Because I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it was just a lot of walking and I enjoyed it. It was cool to see.
Well, it's not like a football game where you go and you sit in your
It's kind of like a golf tournament. It's what I've
that's
like
a better comparison.
The golf tournament has trees and you can chill.
Right. It's just like there's a lot of cool setups for like drinks and food and stuff.
Does your wife care about F1?
She was into like she's not a fan of F1, but she was into just checking it out. She's heard about it and stuff. We both enjoyed it, other than me
not
instantly getting sick and like because I was trying to like drink some Nooners and stuff, and I had one and I was just like I feel weird.
Way out of my price range.
Maybe a little dehydrated.
I don't know what it was. It might have been F1. It might have just been a little bug, but it was like a full 24 hours.
It was hot as hell, and he started drinking, and he felt bad.
And then my wife
hot.
and kid got it. Like my wife that's why yesterday I was
she's
out.
battling.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should scoop.
I got the flu.
No.
I got the flu right after
I'm
Ultra.
good now.
I went to Ultra for one day, and then that's the week I
Not
was
the
sick.
rain day, right?
No,
The day
hell no.
after?
No, Sunday I went. But I could tell everybody who was there Friday because all their shoes were fucked.
Yeah.
Like it was just mud everywhere. Yeah. And then like but I went. I was only there for 4 hours, and then Monday I was fine. Tuesday I went to that Marlins Eats thing with Billy, and right when I got home after that, I started getting the chills. I started getting the fatigue, and then I was out for a week.
I ended up getting it somehow after that because the week that we shot some Tony Tonight stuff, I was battling for like Tuesday and Wednesday. So we shot like a Thursday, Friday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was battling. But then, like the great ones do, you tell your body, not today. You make it happen.
Okay.
Real hoopers now.
Sometimes today, though, even if you try to say not today, sometimes it is that day. Chris, I kind of thought you just blew me off, but now I'm realizing you.
No, Sunday was my day to to go with the credential and hang out with you and Cougs, but I couldn't do it. I was just like, I was like, the morning came and I was just like, am I really about to like? I felt like I needed to rest.
Yeah, you made a good choice.
Yeah.
Although I did have,
but
me and Cougs
baby Lando, like I think I was already kind of leaning towards McLaren and stuff because I was literally there with my wife looking at all the brands and I'm like I did with the Sky, I was just like, I want to get into this. Like, what am I getting? And then
you saw Donald Trump in the garage and you were like, that one.
Well, and I said, and then I saw the prices.
My man.
I saw the prices, so I didn't actually buy a hat. I mean, Jesus.
The hats are $100.
Dude, that's
Christ.
ridiculous.
$100 for a baseball
my wife's
cap.
like, didn't bring a hat. She's like, I need a hat. And she like was like, never mind. I don't need a hat. Like,
I'll just burn.
I was like, honey.
That Lando,
Get it, honey.
That Lando hoodie I
she get it?
have,
No.
someone bought for me.
Yeah.
And it is like a half size too small. Like the sleeves don't go all the way down to my wrists. And it like really upsets me because I will like it was probably like over $200.
Well, now it's a layer piece.
And I'm so sad because it's so small.
It's pretty funny that like when he came on the show with us, he's like,
Mr. Baby?
yeah, he's like, not a fan of this race. I don't think it's good at all. And then that's his first one. Yeah, that's like the irony's good in it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was a good day Sunday.
It was cool. I was watching it on TV. I was excited.
Me and Cougs had
I was about
really
as
bonding
excited.
time.
It was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Until you left.
What?
Then the traffic.
Well, the traffic was when we bonded the most because we were both
Nothing to do
so
but talk.
grumpy, and it was so warm and
He looks so stressed in your
slow.
story.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
He was giving one of
I was
these.
like, hey, by the way, I'm making an Instagram story. And he was like, and he just immediately covered his face. I was like, okay, you weren't going to be in it. I was just letting you know. Because sometimes when I'm home, I'll like start talking to my phone and then I'll hear Lehman go like, what? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I wasn't talking to you. I was doing a story.
The way to do it, like me and my wife, we did the parking at a lot away from there and just shuttle over. It was super simple.
Yeah.
I would recommend that in terms, because I've heard that trying to park.
The shuttle gets stuck in the traffic too.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because like it wasn't.
Ours was smooth.
Getting there wasn't hard. Getting home was a nightmare.
That was we luckily, because I was not feeling well, we left ahead of the rush, so we weren't like leaving when everyone was leaving. So I think that was
in the middle of the rush.
Yeah.
One of the good feelings is when you're leaving an event like that, and then all of a sudden the traffic opens up.
Oh, yeah.
And you just start hauling ass, and you're like, hell yeah, I'm done with this.
It's a similar feeling like on the
It's a great
expressway.
feeling,
It's
yeah.
a similar
When you get
feeling
past
in
traffic, yes.
when you're in bad traffic and it breaks, and you're like, oh, it's over.
I'm free.
We're moving now. Like there's just something about
No,
that
that's
feeling.
that's what's so frustrating about event traffic. It's because like you're in it for like 45 minutes. You get like 2 miles away from the stadium,
You can see
and then
it,
you
yeah.
get home in like 10 minutes. Like you're in the traffic for so long, and
worst.
then as soon as you get through it, you're like, all right, well, I'm like basically gonna be home in 10 minutes now.
yeah.
There's no more traffic. What the hell? So annoying.
The other bad traffic is when there's an accident on like the other side of the highway, so it's not even an accident on your side, and everybody slows down, so you're stuck for 30 minutes and you don't know why, and you're like, oh man, I hope there's not a bad crash, and then you're infuriated by the fact that it's on the other side.
The one good thing about 95 is that there's a section with the wall that's higher,
right?
So people can't do that
at that side. Yeah, but it's even worse when it's like there is the wall, but it's like a little bit low, so people can see, but they slow down even more because they can't see all of it. And so that creates an even worse situation.
There's a second piece of the story to the Catholic clergy that I didn't say because I know
share.
Dan likes.
Are you gonna rip us away from traffic talk right now?
No.
I like traffic talk.
I love traffic talk.
So I didn't want to add this because I know how Dan is about stories that go too long. So I didn't want to add this piece.
How is he?
Not happy about it. He'd rather it be very short and to the point, which I try to make things. But we leave the mass, right? Obviously, I'm soaked. We get in the car.
Do you want to like fill in people that haven't heard it?
the idea of someone tuning in and hearing, well, we leave mass and obviously I'm soaked.
Yeah, obviously.
So for those of you that didn't hear, my wife's cousin was getting the marriage blessed by the Catholic Church. I went to Easter Vigil Mass, which is the night before on Saturday night of Easter Sunday, not knowing that they do all the sacraments in one service that takes about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we got there at 8 and we didn't leave there till like 11:15. So after all the marriages are blessed, after all the kids get their first communion and baptism and confirmation and whatever, the cardinal, bishop, whoever on the chessboard,
Probably wasn't a cardinal.
whoever was on the chessboard,
Mark
maybe the
McGuire.
bishop,
Just guessing. Was not
took a little,
Louis, was not Albert Pujols
You don't
either.
like that slide on.
took a little mop, was blessing people with holy water, and then
Kyler
came
Murray.
by and absolutely smoked me with a massive, just like tidal wave of water, made my glasses foggy, made them rain down. My shirt was completely soaked. We leave there, right? And everybody else was going to my wife's cousin's house. It was like, hey, we're going to have a little party, whatever. We had to go home because it was late. We had a couple things we had to do early in the next morning to get ready for Easter. So as we're going home, and I'm going to say streets, and you may not even understand, but if you understand, you understand. So we're leaving St. John Newman. Mike, can you picture St. John Newman?
Is this in Kendall?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you...
Next to 8th?
No, not even close.
Literally nobody in this room knows where this is except me. So
Okay, so I'm going to tell the story to you, and then if you know where I'm talking about the landmarks, you get it.
How about you just say it's in an area?
If you're listening and you know what he's talking about, tweet him.
Yes, tweet him.
Or just Google St. John
you
Newman,
have time.
Miami.
You have time to pull up Google Maps or your Maps app.
Yes.
and find
So,
it. And then
Luckily,
track
your
these
streaming
streets.
service comes with a pause option.
Exactly right.
Yeah, there you go.
Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can
Saint
kind of do it.
John Newman.
Yeah, you can do like
Not
a
next to
double
8th.
tab, whatever.
Miami.
St. John Newman's on like 120th, so it's
120.
112
It's a
streets away from me.
128.
It's a school and
Way
church.
too far away from
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's a whole thing.
whatever. So we get to a certain part where we're going to jump on the 870 of 4, which is the Palmetto.
Of
course.
Okay. So when we're getting on 104th, we make that turn. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's the day before Easter. There should be nobody on the road. We make that turn to get northbound on the Palmetto. Dude, all I see is a sea of red lights in my way.
Oh, we're back to traffic talk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love
I told
this.
you
Way to
was
bring
gonna-
it back.
I
It's
was
all
gonna bring it
connected.
back. I
Look
told
at
you.
that. It's all connected.
I look and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So from...
And you're pissed off right now.
God.
I'm already pissed off.
The visual of the sea of red lights is
Yeah.
just such a shitty feeling.
When I tell you-
On that
It gave
road,
me
you should
stress.
know better.
It gave me stress right now.
When I
hearing about
tell
it.
you
Yeah.
it was
I
like
get that.
burgundy from how many red lights there were, and it was nighttime, so I can see over the median.
The dark red on Google. When you
There's-
see the dark dark red,
it was
and you're like,
blood colored.
But you don't see it until you're already sitting.
Until
in the
you're
traffic.
already in
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
And then you think I should use this more, and you never do.
104th Street is where I got on, right? On to get to the
okay.
Palmetto.
Yeah, I see
Is
right
there
here.
construction on the Palmetto now?
Oh,
Because
Christ.
even-
That's
Christ,
an
are we getting
evergreen
bogged down
construction
with
for
these?
400 years.
Evergreen statement.
You got out on Killian Parkway?
I got on Killian,
Killian
which is
Parkway.
104th
What car
Street.
was next to
Right
you?
next to Miami-Dade.
I don't
You're
know.
right
what
by
car it was.
Apocalypse Barbecue.
Yeah,
Yes.
Apocalypse Barbecue and Killian Greens.
Correct.
That's my home golf course.
Right next to the golf course.
Yeah.
Calf looks all right now. No, I'm sorry.
What?
No. I was just seeing my calf in the
Oh, I thought you said Catholic. I was like, yeah, it's a Catholic.
Yeah, the
mass.
Catholic. Yeah.
So we have to get off, as you can follow along on the
Yep.
on the
But
Palmetto.
you're going
we have to
north
get
or south?
northbound.
North.
I have to get off on Kendall, which is the next exit,
Oh.
but it's also 20 blocks essentially that you're driving on the Palmetto to get over.
And then it takes you east
You
towards
couldn't
US
take
1.
local roads.
I'm already stuck.
Yeah, he's already past
I
that point.
already made the turn
Roads.
in. I already made the turn in
Clouds.
To be honest, you should have never got on the highway in the first place.
Why did you
I
get
take
on
that
the
highway-
highway?
It's nighttime.
because I take that highway every single day.
It's also nighttime, right?
But you don't look at Google Maps, like you just go straight.
at 11 o'clock at night
No, yeah,
on the
on
day
Saturday.
before Easter.
You're right. I wouldn't do it.
We
Nah.
we use Google Maps constant. Like even when I know where I'm going, when I like Chris is slapping his.
Chris is
thigh
really
meat.
into
Yeah,
his,
he
his
is.
calf right
Crazy.
now.
God.
He's very happy.
Calf meat.
Calf meat. Sorry. Specific meat. We always
Hey.
use
Sure,
Google
yes,
Maps,
okay.
just in case like there's like
Of
Miami
course.
is unpredictable.
Of course.
There may be an accident and then it'll reroute
Oh yeah, I
us.
weighs it every day.
Of course.
Weighs in it.
But I didn't. So I'm soaked. My glasses are still foggy. I get on Killian. I have to
Good
get off
call,
on
by the way,
Kendall.
not doing this with Dan. I think
know.
he would have not.
Holy
Yeah, this
crap.
is where
He would
That's
not,
why
not
I'm
have been
wrong.
receptive.
That's why I know we're supposed to be here. So
Chris, you do Dan and Tony finish the story.
it takes. I'm very. Why would you do that, dude? Why would you do that? my heart just skipped a
That's
beat.
a social
Stress
clip.
response.
My heart just skipped a beat. So so it takes me an hour to get from Killian to Kendall. I can't look at him while I do this. So it takes me an hour to get from Killian to Kendall, which is
That's disgusting. That's so far.
Dude,
And this was the night before Easter?
The night
That's
before
'cause
Easter.
There were 500 people at your mass and they were all getting out at the same time.
There
I'm
was they had
assuming.
blocked off
That's
Palmetto northbound and they were pushing everybody off
Oh,
on
it was
Kendall.
tra-
And
it
you
was
know that
construction.
exit,
Killian to Kendall is 16 streets.
it's 16 streets and it
crazy.
should take 2 minutes
Yeah.
on that highway. The entire highway was getting siphoned off
Put some lotion on your legs.
into a two. I can't look at him while I do it. Into a 2-lane exit.
Hurry up with the story. Time.
Into a 2-lane highway that is notorious for being about 15 seconds of green.
Yeah. Yes.
It is 15 seconds and it turns red.
It turns red. Yeah. Like 2 cars go if you're lucky.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
I was there
terrible.
for, it was like an hour just zapped
Dude,
away
it's like
from
the
my
Key
life.
Biscayne thing. It's like
Right.
the road closure
Yes.
on Key Biscayne.
Exactly
there were people
right.
stuck on the bridge for like 5 hours
Exactly
a few
right.
weeks ago.
The other night when we were leaving the watch party.
Long story short, it took me an hour to get home
yeah.
Long
from a
story long.
4-hour
And you were drenched.
from a 4-hour mass.
was it-
in holy water.
But was it construction or was it an accident?
Construction,
construction,
yeah,
yeah.
on the
That's what
Palmetto,
gets
but
you.
Terrible city planning.
Yes.
Just like the Biscayne.
dude, they could have done it at 3 in the morning.
Doesn't feel like the blessing from the holy water helped very
It
much.
didn't.
It didn't.
We ended up having to
Damn.
go to. We were hungry. The whole reason why we were leaving was because we were hungry. We wanted to get something. We were like, all right, we'll just get something quick at McDonald's or something like
Go
that.
home,
Even
yeah.
Wingstop. You were right by Wingstop.
No,
gone to
Wingstop.
Wingstop.
Wingstop's a little bit further down.
But wasn't it late?
Oh,
You should have
according to my
stopped earlier.
It was late. No, the Wingstop you're
don't
talking
bring-
about is
don't
on
bring that
Kendall.
here.
The Wingstop
bring
you're
that
talking about is
here.
like Kendall and 107th. I would have had to go over and around.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it was probably closed at midnight.
Taco Bell though.
No, that Taco Bell's a little bit further down.
The one on Bird?
No, the one on Sunset, the one she's talking about.
Yeah, the one on Bird you can get to pretty easy. You just go highway.
Yeah,
back.
but the highway was closed.
And well, yeah, I'm saying, and other times not now.
We ended up having to go pick up a prescription for Jenny at the CVS on Kendall and US 1,
What time is this?
which is right up at midnight. But they have a 24-hour.
I was about to say, what the hell? Are you
So
doing?
much so we were starving. Jenny's like, if I don't need something, I'm gonna kill you.
I could see that.
What?
Yeah,
If,
and I'm
you,
like,
if Jenny ever killed you, I would be like, I bet she was hungry.
yeah. We get to the McDonald's on
Hangry,
62nd
right?
and US 1. Okay, right across from South Miami
The
Hospital.
level of detail is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's not unnecessary. If
Right
you're
across-
following
Super
along.
Like the
necessary.
hyper
Right
local
across
hour.
from the Blink
Yes,
art supply.
from
yes.
the Blicky.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh,
And
I
party-
love Blick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to that Blick all the time.
And Party City.
Yeah.
There, now you know where
And
we're
there's
at.
a
Look,
PetSmart.
look at Jess.
Right
oh
there.
yeah, I know exactly.
Miami,
what
and
Right there. So
nonetheless,
that
yeah.
McDonald's on the corner,
it is. Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Nice.
I pull in.
There's a Chipotle nearby. No,
Right
But it's
next
probably
door.
closed.
And a
Right
little,
next door.
and a little
Yeah,
bit further
probably,
down,
right? Yeah.
Big Cheese, baby, right there on
Big Cheese.
67th.
I know.
Yeah.
So I pull into McDonald's. 400 people in line. Of course. I go, nah, I'm leaving. I pull out.
Everyone coming from mass.
I go back home. Jenny's like, I'm starving. You know that, right? I'm like, I'm not waiting in another line for 45 minutes. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
And then-
You eat at home.
And then she killed you. No.
Wow.
That was the long story.
Good
long.
story though.
Yeah.
It's a
know
long
what?
story long.
A long story long.
On the
what
other
else is
side,
long?
on the other side of the break, I want to
professional tease.
make fun of my wife for something that she does.
Ooh.
All right.
Dangerous game.
But right now it's time for
You betcha. which is sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
DraftKings.
Yeah. You know what else has been really long?
What's that, Mike?
The streak of both teams scoring in Inter Miami games. 7 games in a row it's happened.
Ooh.
So we're going to take it again as they play Montreal this weekend in
the Canadians.
In Canada. Yes. We're going to take that. Yes. For both teams to score in Montreal versus Inter Miami, and Luis Suarez, anytime goal scorer, because Messi kind of scared me because he scored last game, but only had 1. He's really deferring to Luis Suarez when he's in. So it's both teams to score. Luis Suarez, anytime goal scorer, and that is You Betcha.
How many people do we think follow these bets?
A guy was talking to me about it during the MMA hangout.
So 14 people.
Oh.
Yeah, 14. Why so many?
We'll be back.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, sorry guys.
Excuse me.
That Alice Spring chicken gotcha, boy.
Is anyone speaking of eating and Alice's chicken? Is anyone here a pre-bite cutter?
Pre-bite cutter. What do you mean
Go
by that?
on.
Somebody
like
that
cut
like
everything?
pre-cut. Like, let's say you have a chicken breast.
Oh, like
you'll
cut
cut
the whole
cut
thing.
before you start eating.
Yeah.
You'll
Cut all of
pre-cut
it?
all the
The
chicken,
whole
like a
thing.
child would.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
the way I would
Cut for
for my
your daughter.
6-year-old cut up all her chicken. My wife eats like that.
My dad does that, I think.
Yeah.
Like my wife,
think
like
he still does.
we'll get La Granja is a big thing of ours. Like she'll get the
Which
quarter
one?
chicken.
Attaboy. Good
The one in
pronunciation.
Sheridan?
The one on Sunrise in Pine Island.
Pine Island? You go to that one?
Hold on, let me pull it up
I
on
don't like
Google
that
Maps real quick. Let me see. How's the traffic?
My wife.
I'm more of a one on 62nd and US 1.
I'm telling you, it is one of the more annoying
right behind the
things
McDonald's. My bad.
that
I'm confused. How does she do this?
she'll get a quarter chicken, and she spends 20 minutes preparing her food. Like
Yeah.
I'm done by the time she starts eating, because she has to pre-cut all her chicken, and then she likes to just basically be able to have it all cut, and then she can now go in and eat like the little rice piece of chicken.
I'm not
like I
patient
am
enough
cutting
for
I don't do that
like an
either.
adult. I am cutting as I go. Like
I'm picking it up with my hands
Yeah.
like an adult and just eating it.
right or that.
In the
Like-
privacy
like an
of
adult,
my home.
yeah.
But it's just I mock her every time she
No,
does it.
I think I did that once when I was little, and like someone made fun of me. They're
Yeah.
like, you know that's like the stupidest way to do that.
That's for little
And I was like,
kids.
That's what I tell her. I'm like,
You do it for
my
a little.
daughter, my 6-year-old eats more like an adult
Yeah,
than my
because you do that for a
wife.
little kid to save yourself time. Because then you just cut all their food and then you're done.
That's
but like
fair.
I'm scared that
Well, if you have to cut someone else's food, like
you do it
you're
like that
obviously
too.
Doing it,
Yeah, because
I
you don't
could
want
do
to
that.
have to keep going
Yeah,
back every time they want to bite.
Right.
But
like with pancakes with my daughter, I got to pre-cut. Like,
Yeah, of
get in
course.
there with the fork and cut
and
up.
you do it really sloppy. I'm
oh yeah,
assuming.
I can one-handed without a knife. Like I can fork cut.
Hell,
the hell out of
I
some
love a
pancakes.
good
Hell
fork
yeah,
cut. Love a good fork cut.
my wife is a pancake cutter early.
I never
Really?
pre-cut, chicken outside of seeing what the temperature is, making sure that it's done. Now I got a temperature probe for that. So
Would you
She's
have the-
pre-cutting
the
all of her bites,
thermometer?
The whole pancake.
That
Yeah, and then
thing
puts the syrup on top.
rules.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of this like meat thermometer? It's called like the meter, like MEAT.
You put it in, it's got a string that hangs out of the
Yeah.
barbecue, and then it's connected to like your phone or
Yeah,
something.
right. It's
Yep.
like digital.
Wow.
It's sick.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing rules.
Sounds
that's
incredible.
clutch.
Yeah,
Clutch.
I haven't been cooking very much lately because Lehman likes
What?
to cook so much.
Cook it.
No way.
Yeah, I barely cook, but he was out of town a few weeks ago. He's going to the Knicks game in New York, and I was like, I'm gonna make myself like a huge chopped Cobb salad.
Oh.
So I got
Seems like a lot of
chicken
work.
and I made it in the. It was a lot of work.
It seems like a lot of work.
Thank you, Tony. It was a
like
lot
that.
of work.
It was so
You
much
couldn't have
work.
ordered
Yeah,
a Cobb
that's stressful.
salad.
I wanted to make like the Cobb salad that I like. That
You
has.
couldn't have ordered the
stuff
one that you like.
I don't know. I don't know a good Cobb salad around here. If you guys know one, let me know. But I was like,
What do
I'm
you
gonna
like?
make one.
What do you like?
I like the thick bacon,
Ooh.
hard boiled eggs cut in
Oh,
half, not
love it.
chopped up.
Like ramen style.
Love
Yes.
it.
Right.
Really good chicken, like
Really good
seasoned
chicken.
chicken.
Okay.
Like in cubes, like cut into cubes.
Like my wife.
Crispy, yes.
Yeah.
Cut up in cubes like your wife.
Pre-cut.
Crispy romaine lettuce.
Yep.
Sweet tomatoes, like the little cherry tomatoes
Cherry
cut in
tomatoes,
half. Avocado.
Was that sweet tomatoes?
Yeah.
Ah,
Like the
sweet
little like.
tomatoes.
Oh, you said sweet potatoes for a second. Sweet tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes.
Nice.
And then
Cut those in half too, right?
The like really good blue cheese. Like it can't just be like, whatever
Okay.
pre-crumbled BS. Like good
Right.
good blue cheese.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? And then balsamic vinaigrette, of course.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm like, okay, my friend's coming over. I'm gonna make a Cobb salad for us because all my friends come over and Lehman always cooks and
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, okay, I can do this too. I said, ooh, there's a delicious picture of a Cobb salad right now on the screen. I was like, I can do
Wow,
this. I'm gonna
rainbow.
prove to one of my girlfriends that I can also cook.
blue,
So I made the chicken in the air fryer.
But see, you don't like the eggs like that though.
No, I don't like the eggs like that. I like the eggs cut in half.
She likes them full,
Sliced
like
in
sliced.
Damn it,
half.
Jason. Get a picture with the eggs cut the way she said.
Yeah.
Do it.
The moral of the story was I used the meter for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, life changing. I can't believe that there was ever a time in my life where I was like, "Oh, is this done? Oh, like, oh, do the test, where you like push on your thumb and like this is when it's done and like when it's squishy, it's not." No,
you're saying eyeballing the work is over.
What?
Eyeballing the work is over.
Yeah, Jason, that's still not right. That's quarter. those eggs are quartered.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
and also,
Jason.
those are the wrong
Damn it,
tomatoes.
Jason.
I don't like those tomatoes either.
Would you send that back? Like if it was like if you were being super picky, would you be like, "That's not the way I like my eggs"?
Hold on, let me see.
If I were doing a bit, I would say yes, but no.
Yeah.
Is that not for you?
Truly.
Is sending back food not for you?
No, that salad's for me. This one.
There she
This one
is.
looks.
That's
There we
Minus
go.
the alfalfa. Get the alfalfa.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Alfalfa. No room for alfalfa anywhere.
I don't want alfalfa.
I'm also
on
not
my
a fan of
Cobb
chicken
salad.
strips in my salad because
I
it's
am.
like no, I want
I
it
can
more
eat them with my
cubed,
fingers.
but I want it more cubed.
I prefer them cubed
Yeah.
because you can get a good bite. You can mix it
Correct.
all up because that's a more chopped salad.
Correct.
This is
Yeah.
more of like a Cobb salad, not chopped.
Unchopped.
I've become more of a Caesar guy.
Love Caesar.
In my-
Oh,
my
Caesar!
older age,
Caesar! Let me tell
I've
you,
become a big
Carrot
Caesar
Express,
guy.
chicken Caesar wrap.
Caesar
The
salad.
best.
Caesar salad.
Caesar salad.
I don't eat
Chicken
salad.
Caesar wrap.
That wrap is
from Carrot
great.
Express is so fire.
I don't eat salad. Not my thing.
Roy, what do you
Ever?
eat?
He
Eats red meat
I just see
and
you
drinks
eat meat.
bourbon,
That's
and
it.
that's it.
Yep.
Lamb
That's exactly
chops?
right.
Are you alive?
Like you don't eat.
Protein.
How are you alive?
You don't eat eggs in
He's
breakfast.
constantly
No,
in
I do.
ketosis.
Let me see
No,
those
you don't.
insides.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I eat eggs.
Roy, what did you have today for breakfast?
No, I eat the eggs that I cook. I don't eat the eggs that is brought into the
Bacon.
studio.
He eats bacon.
He gives
That's it.
Willow a huge slice of bacon every time she's here. She
I just
loves
eat
Roy.
bacon. That's it.
She walks into the studio and she's like,
Where's Roy?
"Where's Roy?"
Roy, there's times that we're gonna have that we have a beautiful lunch, a beautiful spread, and I see you eat Doritos.
No,
Yes. No. Yes.
Hey,
No.
a man-
100%.
A man likes what he likes, you know.
I rarely eat chips here.
Roy, how are you gonna say
Now that's
that?
bullshit.
How are you gonna say
that
that?
is bullshit.
That is
Roy, there was a
legitimately
day
not
that we
bullshit.
had beautiful sandwiches,
I
spread
don't
of,
eat those sandwiches though.
Those sandwiches are overrated.
Which sandwiches?
The little
you'd
The
crisp-
rather-
square ones.
but you'd rather have
Which
a
ones?
bag of
There's
chips.
chicken parm, and then there's like the
Oh
steak.
yeah.
Those like
Those,
square.
I thought you were talking about the little croissant thing.
So you'd rather have
Those look fire.
a
Oh, no.
bag of chips?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying
All
I
I
don't
ate today was
love
a bag
those
of
particular
chips.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
I ate a bag of Lay's for lunch.
I had one piece
The
of chicken.
timing of all of this is so strange. It's like if you don't eat something, you will be starving by the time you get
It's true.
home. But if you do eat something, then like when you get home, you might not want something that you would have rather have eaten.
And
Right.
we usually get out there and it's already been ravaged.
by everybody else.
I mean, jeez, can we?
I
a
spent
little hierarchy
months,
here. I mean, jeez.
months not having
Wow.
lunch
Chris was
because
like,
I
"I'm
do
a
work in here for
talent.
3
I
extra
demand
minutes.
to eat first.
I mean, jeez.
I want the first cut of
Mike
steak."
Malley out there eating like a king.
Oh man. Jesus.
Prima donna over here.
Is
Ethan
the-
went back
is he
for
the new
Forts. I
Ethan?
saw
Been
him
here for a
yesterday.
week. I just didn't want to go after Ethan again, so I was like,
Yeah, you pick it on Ethan.
Ethan had like 16 pieces of sushi yesterday. It's crazy,
Classic
dude.
Yeah,
Ethan.
I'm surprised he doesn't have
Classic.
his Panthers jersey on.
Greedy.
Ah!
Today. Had a big win yesterday.
Hey, I pulled an Ethan this week.
Oh,
What?
happened?
And
I wore a jersey of a sporting thing that had won the night before.
Oh.
And you know what? I felt good about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, I probably won't do it again.
what happened
for a
today?
while. Today? You mean because I'm wearing a Notre Dame shirt?
Yeah.
Sam Hartman.
Is there a subway here?
Yeah.
Did they like put a
So-
train
It's
above
truly
us?
distracting.
remarkable.
Yeah.
Sam
Someone,
Hartman has a new endorsement with Dove Men Care, so maybe that's why I'm
course
wearing
he
it.
does.
someone online, someone online was talking about how like
Notre Dame got a bunch of transfers. in
we can
women's
hear the air
basketball.
conditioning. I'm like, it's construction. They're like, it can't be construction 2 days. I'm like,
Well,
do you
it's
know how
also-
construction works?
It's
Like,
also air conditioning.
It literally
too.
sounds
Have you
like
seen
you're-
the Palmetto?
it sounds
This
like
No, I know
you're
this.
under a train
This
station.
isn't, but generally our
No.
sound
Yeah,
isn't
it's a
great.
separate
just
conversation.
nailed it though. It sounds like we're next to a subway.
Yeah.
Like, and then
Sounds-
there'll be like
yeah.
a cha-chun sound, and it sounds like a
There it
train
is.
passing right
Because
there.
we're in
Right
New
now,
York
yeah.
for WFAT.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you guys ever wave to the conductors on the train? I used to wave. So at like
With my middle finger.
5 o'clock. So mean.
How?
At
dude?
5 o'clock every
Yeah.
Sunday, a train goes by my apartment.
Yeah, more work
the
for me.
Florida
Thanks, Chris.
East Coast Rail train.
the
Do middle
FEC.
finger. Safe.
And I always, the conductor's always like, the window's always open. And I always think about like, man, like this, I don't know, it's probably a really hard job. Like they're doing so much like actual like hard work every day, but it must,
Driving a train?
yeah, they have to like check and make sure everything's
Yeah.
secure. They have
Start,
long hours.
Stop.
Yeah.
No,
No,
it's not
it's-
that.
Workday
no,
over.
Negative.
This
Oh,
actually
needs
would
to be a-
I would
Oh,
love
here
that.
we come. We're approaching the station. Let me slow down a little
I,
bit.
I would.
Chris tries to do this
Yes.
for one
Oh
day.
my
and
God.
loses both his
I would
arms
love
or
for you to
something.
get one of those guys in here and show him what you do and see what he thinks.
Let that guy try to run the club.
Wait until Dan's going like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point was, it's
Keep it in
probably
that
a really
room.
difficult job. But when I see them go by, sometimes they have the window open and there's like a nice breeze. It's like evening in Florida. I'm like, I bet that feels good to just be like in a big train with the wind blowing in your
Yeah.
face.
I see these
so I always give them a wave.
These Brightline guys look like they're just chilling.
That's different.
They
Yeah.
have seen
That's
people
pretty
die
Yeah.
so many times. I wouldn't want that job.
You're gonna get me started. Fuck Brightline. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Enough of them.
They're-
I mean, we're
Have
trying
you
to
guys
get
seen?
sponsors
prices have gone crazy.
You seen these prices?
I've stopped because I
So
stopped using it.
It's what, like a 300% increase?
It
Yeah,
was
so-
$300.
so
a
here's what
month,
it
and
was.
Now it's
if you were in,
$900?
if you know, hold on.
Jeremy has the numbers.
If
Jeremy
you
has
were in South
No,
Florida,
we need to do a clean start so we can put this on social media and shame them. Ready?
okay,
Okay, go.
3, 2, fuck Brightline.
wow.
Okay.
The increases in prices. It was a monthly pass, so 40 rides.
Yeah.
Already limiting you technically, but 40 rides, 20 round trip, thus Monday through Friday for a month, was $399.
Right. A lot. That's a lot.
Already a lot.
No.
And that was to go to any stop in South Florida at any given time on any train. A couple of months ago, they took away your ability to be able to choose your seat and just randomized you, which, for a luxury train, kind of annoying
That
to
sucks.
randomly take away. But then recently announced was starting June 1st, new prices. And so we just told you it was 40 rides for $399.
Now, what are those
I
same
need
40?
you to hurry this up. Let's go.
Now, for 10 rides from Fort Lauderdale to Miami or back and forth, it is $250. So that's now $1,000 a month. And if you're someone who's commuting
For that
from
same
West Palm
40.
for the
now
same
they're only
40,
charging you for 10.
They're charging you
have
for
to
10.
buy in increments of 10 now. Whereas
Correct.
before you could have got 40 for $390.
Correct.
Now you have to buy them 10 at a time.
Correct.
And
For
they're
$250 each.
$250
each.
So for
Holy.
that same 40, it's $1,000.
Yes, correct. So that's a 250%
crazy.
increase. And if
renting
you're
a
someone
bed
commuting
eventually?
from West Palm or Boca, it's $350 for 10 rides, thus
So-
$1,400 a month to be able to commute.
Nah, you can kiss
So
my
they don't
ass.
want commuters.
No.
They just want people
I got
who
bad
are
news, guys.
going on what?
Brightline's gonna go under.
Yeah.
No, they're not, because they're making
They're-
so
They're
much
killing
money
people.
from the Fort Lauderdale and Miami to Orlando, and
There's
they're
no
building.
way.
They're
There's no
making
way.
so much
A lot of
money
people
off
are
of
doing that.
But there's
How
almost
many people are going from Miami to Orlando?
there's not even a benefit to it
They're
because
charging $100
Go
a
to Disney,
head.
dude.
yeah, but dude, it's the same amount of time as driving. It's the same amount of time as driving, and then when you get to Orlando, you can't really walk around.
screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like you have to do Ubers. Like I'm sure they have really smart business people that kind of worked out these numbers, and
building
it's being
shaking or is it
subsidized.
just me?
No,
No,
it
it's
gets a
shaking.
little
It's
shaky.
shaking.
Yeah.
It's fine. Keep it moving.
No, it really is.
No, it's shaking.
They're making money hand
Not
over
even kidding.
fist. I talked to some
Totally.
people over there that said that
I don't feel that.
things basically tripled in terms of profits when the Orlando train
And it's a
opened.
privately owned company.
It's a
Yes.
privately owned company
Do whatever they
with
want.
government
All right,
subsidies.
legitimately,
Though.
Correct.
my butt is shaking right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like we're on Brightline.
Let me see.
What?
the
his butt
table.
shaking?
The table was shaking like 2 seconds.
I was gonna
ago.
say I don't feel shaking on my
What are
side.
they
No,
doing? Do we know
out
what
there
they're
when we were
doing?
waiting during the show, we could feel rumbling in the ground too.
This no, I don't like this.
I hate this.
I hate it so
I-
much.
They're
I don't
smoothing out
trust-
the concrete on the floors above us and below us is what they're doing.
Yeah,
All right.
to make
Makes
saw
me
it
sense.
the
feel,
other
the
day.
fact that even though I don't know if you know that, but it makes
No,
me
I
feel
saw
bad.
No,
I
it
was
does.
in
We walked out yesterday and we walked
Should
in
the
and there
entire
was.
structure be moving?
I mean,
You know,
You know
construction.
construction that well that you just saw them and you're like, oh, this is exactly what they're doing.
those
Is it 'cause there's
floors were
cracks in the
super
concrete?
smooth.
I mean, we saw it though. Like,
Yeah,
they're
and they
smooth.
had the thing. I have concrete floors in my apartment that I paid to put in, so I know the machine.
a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
Just trying to help you guys out. man.
I don't know.
You guys are worried about an
people,
earthquake.
people get mad because I know
It's a
stuff.
lot
It's the
about
weirdest
nothing.
thing.
Crazy,
Like, yeah,
dude.
it's
So
crazy.
can you take the tri-rail?
I mean, I guess, but that'll
Try
take
real, yeah.
probably an
Forever,
hour
'cause
and
it
a
stops
half
a
to
lot,
commute.
yeah.
These things are for other people.
The whole
Try.
premise of this was to be able to help people in South Florida commute initially, because that's why Aventura alone, I think, gave like $75 million in taxpayer money to build their station,
And
and
most
now
of their
people aren't going to be able to use it
Why would that ever be a thing? Like, why? Like,
because the private company said we won't build you a station unless you give us money.
so fuck you then. Like, I don't
Right,
understand
but people
that.
need to be able to travel. We have no public
Yeah.
transit that works.
No,
and
we
so,
do. We do.
But guess what?
No,
this isn't a public transit
on
either.
a metro rail here.
But
It was
doesn't
the
happen-
closest thing that we
Metro
had, and the
rail
prices
bangs,
used to
baby.
be reasonable. That same $399 pass I was telling you about, it used to be $289, and they've just jacked up the prices consistently as they've
They're
made
also
more
expanding
money.
to the West Coast, I believe.
Right, they're doing
building
a-
high-speed rail and
They're doing like
LA to Vegas.
LA to Vegas.
But it's not
Oh, LA to
all the
Vegas.
way. It's like
No.
stopping 40 miles outside of LA because they can't connect it to
Right.
LA. So it's like Rancho Cucamonga.
And then you got to.
That's where CJ Stroud went to school.
Yeah.
Rancho
Who did?
Cucamonga.
Who?
CJ Stroud.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so he could take the train from his hometown to
Vegas.
Yeah, but they're
basically.
essentially pushing out anyone
Just in case the PJ's down.
You know?
that is
You know,
not a
take the
very
Brightline.
rich person from being able to take it down here. And it's infuriating. I'll no longer be able to commute. I talked to other people who literally said that they think they're going to have to end up getting new jobs because they won't be able to make the drive during rush hour to be able to get back in time to pick up kids from school or camp or whatever. It's really unbelievable.
Kids ruin everything.
No, it
Metro
sucks.
Rail, $123 a month.
Yeah,
Plus
but it's
parking.
Very small.
Well,
It
service
doesn't go
area.
up to
Well,
Broward.
Doesn't go.
I mean, that's
really
what you
do
guys'
anybody-
problem. That's
No,
not
it's
us
not.
problem.
No, it's like a problem for
No, that's
the
a Broward
entire-
thing, not a Miami-Dade
But it
thing.
also
Yeah,
makes the
Bailey goes
traffic
Opelika.
worse for people.
Correct. It makes it worse
all
for
of-
everybody.
Living in a city is like everything is connected to one another. It's not like your thing is separate from his thing. Like
But
all of these things
governmentally
are
it
connected.
is. Like
What?
Broward government didn't decide to do something over there.
Hey,
Thank you for
thanks,
listening.
Cody.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
But Tony, I have a big problem with
fine,
your.
by the way.
Miami-Dade-
Brightline is just a local.
No,
on a
but I'm
local
talking about
level.
Metro Rail.
No,
I'm talking about Miami-Dade Metro Rail.
My favorite argument that Tony always puts forth is, well, that's a you problem. Like, yes, Tony, like it.
No, I know.
Societies work when everybody gives a shit.
It is
Like,
an issue for everybody in Miami
Well said.
Yeah,
because
it's
we
like-
can't afford to live here,
like,
so we live in
that's,
Broward.
But that's just a problem
Right.
with Miami,
and
in
then we have to
general.
drive in.
People-
But you grew
people
up in
Miami-
Broward,
Yeah,
though.
people
Yeah,
in general.
I'm not the only example though.
They love to like put their fucking head in the sand for problems that are not everybody
Let's
else's.
see. In
Like, and
December,
it fucking, it's annoying.
DOT was awarded a $3 billion grant from President Biden's infrastructure law. So, like, it's a this is
Now
federal.
federal money.
Federally
Now that was
subsidized.
specifically for Vegas and Los Angeles.
Okay.
It was
DeSantis took
specifically
credit for that,
because
by the way.
that's supposed to be a $12 billion
No, that's for Vegas
project, and so
so Florida didn't
quarter
get
of
any
it.
federal money.
I don't believe we got federal money,
No,
but
this says.
DeSantis recently said he wasn't going to give any money toward the expansion
Google
between
stinks.
Orlando and Tampa, and so part of me thinks that this is in response to
Okay,
that.
we're turning into Because Miami, so we're gonna do fun stuff now. So
Which returns Friday, by the way.
yes, so we're gonna
Hey.
thank you. So we're gonna do some fun stuff. I've decided to pull random videos off the internet for you guys to see, and we're gonna try to make it into a segment so we can put more money into our pockets.
Nice.
So if Taylor hasn't fallen asleep in the back from listening to Jeremy's ranting about Brightline,
You told me to do it.
I know and I wanted you to do it, and you did, but it went a little off the rails.
You're right.
Hey.
It said
Hey.
passenger rail service in Florida wasn't included.
Wow.
You're right.
Federally.
Jer Bear,
Fuckers.
federally.
All right,
Biden.
So Taylor, go ahead and play this one. This one actually has audio. I think Chris will appreciate this one.
People are scared of it for no reason. It's like a dog, but it comes up to you and you feed it. It is
Full of fleas.
No, it's not. It gets vetted by there's a vet on the thing. Look, see.
Oh. Why did the fox just bite his leg?
Because he has rabies.
The worst thing is, I was giving it vibes. I was like picking it up and everything.
So the whole thing in that video is he's saying how foxes are gentle creatures, that they don't even bother you, and then it comes up and it bit his ass.
Damn.
Why
Bit his
did the
ankle.
fox bite?
Yeah, that probably has rabies. You gotta get a shot.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was very sad.
Have you guys been watching the John Mulaney Everyone's in LA thing?
I love it.
I only saw the first
Nah.
episode where they're
No.
talking about coyotes.
Mhm.
And when I saw that fox, I was like, ooh, a coyote, but it's a fox.
A small coyote.
I don't-
Different.
It definitely looks like a fox.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I don't know. In my head, I was like, ooh.
Again, which is why on things that are for other people, grabbing wild animals or being in the presence of wild
That's a
animals.
perfect right there.
Other
That is
people.
actually
Yeah.
the
Video
first
evidence.
thing on this list that I would agree with.
Petting strangers' dogs?
No, I like other people's dogs.
Yeah.
Be like petting them without asking?
You gotta ask.
No,
that's
you
a
don't
different
ask.
thing.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's two different
ask.
things.
Completely
Dogs
different.
You're moving the goalposts
Well,
on
first of all, if a dog,
Gotta
if I'm at somebody's house and the dog like comes up to me and greets me, I'm gonna pet it without asking.
Yeah.
I
Well, but you're going to their house. You're a
I
guest.
wouldn't though. 'Cause
He
it's happened to me
specified
before, it bit the shit out of
stranger,
me.
so you don't know this person.
Right,
You've
okay.
never
Strange
talked
dog.
to
Petting
this
Oh no, a
person.
stranger, yes. I would
It's
do
actually,
strangers.
I would say it's more dangerous.
But
for
even
the,
if a stranger, because I've been in public where
Yeah.
a dog's being walked and it kind of comes up and sniffs me, I'll still like, hey, I'll still put my hand if it is in my
Takes a
space.
chomp,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know.
I usually don't touch the dog because like I don't want to put the other person in that position where if the dog bites my ass, now they have to be in like, oh my god.
I probably won't talk. I probably won't touch. I'll just do the
Yeah,
greet, like, hey,
I'll just
how you doing?
like yeah.
Puppy?
I think you
Puppy?
have to kind of go off of eye contact with the owner
Yeah.
and their demeanor.
Yeah.
If they're like kind of like nervous
Smiling
and
about it.
freaking out, then
Yeah.
like I will be like,
Yeah.
can I pet your dog? If they're like, oh, like, ooh, you're so friendly, you smiling.
They're like,
I'm like,
Franco,
okay.
say hi.
Yeah, right.
Franco.
Franco Harris, the dog's name.
Franco.
Frank over.
Say hi to the man, Franco.
Frank over.
There are some bad dog owners out there, but generally I find
There's some
that,
bad dogs out there.
Yeah.
well, because of bad owners, I would argue. I found that most city dogs that I encounter are pretty well socialized because there's so many goddamn dogs in Miami that you kind of have to have a.
Well, especially in the area where you were
It's
living.
hard to have a dog that isn't.
All right, and then I have this other video here that I just really like. This video, Tony, I sent you this video. You guys heard about that Guatemalan volcano that's been going off?
No, actually. Oh my God, there's a volcano.
In Guatemala, it's been
What?
going off. It's spewing.
Shout
like,
out to Rose.
And it's spewing it's spewing like $6,000 worth of gold a day out of it, or whatever, like in dust. Yeah, but people went on an expedition to see this volcano, and this is the video once somebody shot there. It's a B-roll. We can talk over it, so you can just play it, Jason, whenever you're ready. And I think it's one of the coolest videos that Jess is totally missing by not looking.
Oh wow!
But we can loop it. It's to capture this video.
If you blink, you miss it.
Absolutely insane.
Oh no, I'm just kidding.
What?
Dude, it's a crazy
Terrifying.
video. Like to catch that.
Nature.
Did you guys
She's
ever
not
see
watching. You're not watching
I was
it.
watching.
No,
Did you guys ever see
there was a
Fire
huge-
of Love? I can see it. It's like 5 different effing screens in front of my face.
You
can say
weren't
fuck.
watching it.
Mark that. Did you guys see the documentary Fire of Love? I think it was called. That was nominated for an Oscar last year about the couple they were like volcanologists and filmmakers.
You talked about it on the show.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so good. If you like volcanoes,
They died out there, right?
One
Spoiler.
died, I think.
I think
No, they both.
I think they both.
both basically.
Why would you?
They fell
She's
in.
gonna watch it.
Fell in. Whoa.
No, they were like really close up to a volcano and it erupted and
Oh.
I don't
That's
think
very
their
sad.
bodies were ever
Yeah,
found.
I saw the one
don't
about
remember the ending.
the
actually.
New Zealand volcano where people were there.
Oh,
like
the white
that
island
was
one?
crazy.
On the boat,
Yeah,
That I will not watch. I read the outside story about it because
What about the
was
inside story?
So
it doesn't really show
outside
anything.
is a nature.
It doesn't really
like,
show anything
adventure
graphic.
magazine.
I want to say, but
yeah, but I
the
read
story
a
is
lot of
nuts.
graphic details and
Yeah.
it like really fucked me up.
Like people's like skin literally
Yes.
peeling off.
Of
Yeah,
course,
it's
dude.
crazy.
It's
Horrible.
thermonuclear like engine. Basically explodes out of nowhere.
It's nuts. Like, and then of course, because I was watching this video on TikTok, it took me on like, what would happen if the Yellowstone super volcano exploded? And then it's
Yeah, that
like,
shit's
Yellowstone,
so
love Yellowstone.
scary.
yeah, I mean, it's just funny because it's like you're watching this on TikTok and it's like, oh, my world can end at any second if the world just decides,
Yeah.
fuck this place.
But hey,
Volcanoes
you know
are
what?
pretty Scary.
We wake up every day and keep living.
That's
Well, what am I gonna
true.
do about it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time. What are you gonna do about it?
We can bitch about Brightline though. I think like we.
Oh, I don't care. About
Yeah, I'm
we
infuriated.
can
You guys do your thing
complain.
on
We've had a lot of transportation
Forever.
talk today. Tony stuck in
Yeah.
traffic.
Truck.
Jeremy mad about Brightline. You know,
Do we have another video?
You doing something over here?
No, me and Taylor are just doing a little private show.
That's great.
How do volcanologists make money?
Yeah, he told me that one too.
They
They're
get-
scientists.
they make grant- they
probably
get grants.
Like, research
Grants, come
and
on.
stuff.
yeah, they get you know.
Good job, Taylor.
Taylor, read a fucking book. Like,
Volcano.
Jesus Christ.
Volcano dorks.
Yeah, they get grants.
You know, there's more jobs than like working for a radio show.
Correct. Yeah, like
Do they get
Talking about
sponsors?
the
Do they have
Knicks.
sponsors?
basically they get a university to pay for their
I was
grant and they
making
go
a
out there
joke
and
'cause we have
live.
sponsors.
I honestly don't know much about the economics, but like, yeah,
That's
like
usually what it is.
scientists generally like get paid to research things, and then like,
No.
you
Is
know,
that
some
a
of them
well-paying
publish.
job or like
No.
what's the deal with
Probably
that?
not well
It's definitely
enough.
not. Yeah, I mean,
Probably not
unless you're like
published books.
David
Did
Adam.
Indiana Jones
Well, I
get
think
paid?
David Attenborough started as one of those guys, and
He's
then
like a
like,
celebrity.
and then
Voice
BBC
actor now?
picked him up. Yeah, and then now he's paid off that.
And I bet the scientific community's like sell out.
Probably
kidding.
talking
Pe-
shit.
People in the scientific community love being broke, man.
I mean,
Crazy.
What the?
Like, oh.
But see, but
that
those,
helps.
but,
They
but
love
those
being
are,
broke. Do they get mad at people? They get mad at people that go out and make money, dude. It's crazy.
no. Dude,
You want David Attenborough to be a broke ass
Broke
scientist?
ain't-
No, dude. My boy found a root and he's out. Hold on, let me study rocks, dude. Yeah, no, David Attenborough. I got my voice in a nature documentary. I'm making millions of dollars.
But that
now.
like in Jurassic
Go
Park,
skip a rock.
those people just love dinosaurs. So when they get like a big grant to go and live out and doing it, that's what they live for.
sure. But then
Yeah,
guess what? The old guy's like, no, we can monetize this. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens. And then
Okay.
you get eaten
I
by a
was
T-Rex.
making a joke
Huh?
about David Attenborough, and I feel like this.
Are you gonna share it? Probably not.
No,
You flipped
that
your
was
phone.
the joke
Oh.
that people probably call him a sellout because he voices a Netflix show.
I think he just turned 98.
Yeah, he's
He did?
pretty old.
Happy
I think
Still
he
making
just had his
money, baby.
birthday.
Still making money.
Turn 98.
David
I have to go to that
Attenborough.
concert.
That's how the song
Alanis
goes.
Morissette.
Yeah, I have to go.
Yeah, May 8th, 1926. Just turned
Oh my
98 years
God.
old.
I think I'm
Happy
going to that
belated.
concert, Tony.
Yeah. Doesn't look 98.
Ooh, you
Which
guys
is
should
unsurprising
pregame
for me,
together.
Yeah.
Who, me and him?
Yeah, you and Jer Bear.
I have
different places. I'm taking
friend
the Metro.
a friend of mine.
Damn, train
Recently,
transportation.
a lady. She just got divorced actually, and she's on dating apps now.
Oh.
And I was like over this past weekend, like hanging out with a big group, and I took her phone.
I was gonna say, wait, with her.
No, I took her phone.
Like, wait a
I took her phone and I was like, here, I'll set up your profile because like she wasn't having success in the
you'll
early
set up the
stages
profile
of her, and I was like,
success on it.
I've never been on dating apps, but I'm like, let me see this thing. I'll set you up.
I
So
don't
I
know
just
if you could pay me to go
I
back.
turned the whole thing into just Alanis Morissette lyrics. Like her whole bio was just ironic.
Wow.
The ironic.
You didn't
So I
think
think that's gonna get some traction.
Because I think she was going too literal
big with the over
like,
40 crowd.
Oh, I love Jurassic Park. I love walks. It's like no, you got to go for. To me, you got to go with comedy with that stuff. Like,
Man.
I just feel like if you're trying too hard with real stuff, like
How old is she?
that's just she's in her 30s.
So you think guys in their 30s care about her comedy on Hinge or whatever?
I think
About
if
Alanis Morissette.
I'm just in my mind, if I was like scrolling through a million things, I would look for the interesting profile that's not just like
What would you do with all this fame, huh?
oh,
That's what you do.
what a time it would be.
Roy, say goodbye.
No.
Okay, goodbye.